it's that time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition, we don't see 'em. This is winning season. This is winning season. It's that time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition, we don't see 'em. This is winning season. This is winning season. This is winning season.
Welcome in live on Uncaged here on AeroVision. We're also here at Buffalo Wild Wings with the football team here in the building. I'm Dylan Rivera. I got head coach Travis Hill next to me, assistant head coach and offensive coordinator Jay Wilkinson, and down on the end is my friend Coach Mal Wallace, the freshman head coach. He's going to be co-hosting with me here today. No fun nicknames other than, of course, Mo Money, Mo Problems has to be snuck in there somewhere.
Yes.
Hey, we're excited to have the guys here in the building today. We'll have some players coming up here in just a few moments. But first, with the head coaches, I always like to go backwards before we go forwards and talk about where we are today. So let's talk about your journey in the game of football. Head coach Travis Hill, where did you begin and how did you get to where you are today?
Let's take a long time, but real quickly, it's real simple. Come out Northeastern State University, and my playing career was over with. I tried to keep playing, and they said, that ain't the way it works. So I said, doggone it. So I went to the next best thing, which is go coach the game. Got the opportunity to go to Stillwater High School and work with Dr. Bill DeFee, the head coach there. So that was my first endeavor as a educator and as a coach, and worked with the secondary and on the, go both sides those days, and worked with the tight ends and enjoyed it. Learned a lot of football. Got the opportunity. One thing I would always want to do was coach at the college level. I was going to go be a GA at Arizona State, but I was able to get my master's there at Stillwater at Oklahoma State. So that's the reason why I took the high school job, and thought for money. Didn't find out that wasn't a very good decision. There wasn't a lot of money involved. So I got the opportunity to go up to NEO Junior College. Was able to spend a tenure of 9 years there and coached a lot of great athletes. Got in the championship realm. We won a national championship in '91, played for it again in '92, and lost it again in '94. So got to be around a lot of unique settings and opportunities there. And all that did was excite me and wanted me to even be encouraged as far as continuing and growing as a coach. I was heading off to the college level, and kids and wives kind of come into the picture, and so a decision was made to take a job at East Central High School right around the corner here. Actually butts up to the Broken Arrow District, and plan on being there 3 years. 14 years later, and I fooled everybody, and then everybody thought, well, he must be a decent coach to take a program like East Central. We had a lot of success, and I hope the key word is we. If there's nothing I did special besides just work my tail end off. And then got the opportunity after that to go over to Muskogee. Broken Arrow called. One of my dream situations to come over and work with, at that time, the Big Four instead of the Power Five. Come over as a coordinator. Worked with the man to my left, who I'm getting an opportunity to work with again. We won a state championship. Had a lot of success over here. Moved back over to Muskogee as their head football coach. Again, very fortunate. A lot of success. This job opened up. Next thing you know, here I am. And so here we are, and excited about it. I hope I went through that quick and didn't bore anybody. But, those are good stories, and a lot of things there that we're very interested in and very fun. I'm very, very, very fond about it. And very, very fortunate so far at this point in time.
Well, I know Broken Arrow's very pleased to have you back here as head coach. And Coach Wilkinson came alongside you, also was previously here, and now another journey back to Broken Arrow. And Coach Wilkinson, your journey's taken you all around the map, hasn't it?
Yeah, maybe more places than Coach Hill, but yeah, we've been all over, especially northeastern Oklahoma, and even dipped into northwestern Arkansas for a little while. Had a stop at UCO, so yeah, we've been all over. But the great thing about being at Broken Arrow, I've had two kids that graduated from here, and two more in the system. One that plays for Coach Mo, and it was a highlight of my night last night was watch my son play freshman football, my 7th grade daughter cheering alongside,
cool.
For the deal. It was a cool experience as a dad.
Absolutely. Well, let's turn the page over to the current season. You guys are 2-1 right now. Got off to a good start with that Springdale Harbor game, 35-14 win. Fayetteville game, you guys fall in overtime, but you guys talked about learning a lot in that game. So let's start there. How much did you feel like you guys learned from that Fayetteville game and took into that Mustang game, Coach?
Well, sad to say, oftentimes you learn a lot more on a loss than you do a win.
Yep.
It seems to sink in a little bit deeper, so to speak. So what we found out is we're a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very talented team. That's where Jay was fortunate enough to win a state championship. Probably took a little bit of his luster, so he gets to talk about that. But that's a program that's in the 2000s. Jay will be able to tell you more. Has several state championships, so it's a very prideful program. They're full of talent, and so for us to hang in there and play a tight game and play well gave us, I would like to think, a little confidence. But I think what we learned from more than anything else is we got to quit beating ourselves. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what it is. Because again, that's just something that young people that in the NFL sometimes they say, you got to learn how not to lose games as much as you got to learn how to win games. And so I think we're going through that phase as a program right now, and I think the more and more opportunities we get, the better and better we're going to get. But that was probably where it started, and like I said, the sting that you get as we walked out of there. But like I said, I've been around long enough to get a good pulse rate of teams, and I thought that our pulse rate was good when we left there. I think it was advantageous, and we're never going to look in the rearview mirror. We're going to take those things and move forward. So that, I think we learned more than anything else. Don't beat ourselves, and let's continue to get better in that area.
Coach Wilkinson, and you play Mustang this past week, and you get a 21-14 victory there. As far as that game goes, it felt like it was kind of up and down. You've gotten some time to watch the film, work things over in practice. How are you feeling about that game and the response to it?
Yeah, we didn't start out very fast. I think we went 3 and out. And one of the first 2 and punted on the other one, and then we got some momentum, and man, everybody goes into halftime. We got to make some adjustments, feel like we have a good plan, get a drive going. Next thing you know, just kind of have a crazy turnover, scoop and score, kind of puts us back on our heels. And then just again, kind of some of the stuff that happened in the Fayetteville game, just being a little inconsistent here or there, getting behind the chains. So just trying to kind of basically keep on keeping on. Coach Hill always talks about, early defenses are always a little bit further along than offenses, so just kind of, tweaking the offense, but also trying to eliminate those mistakes that are kind of drive killers. Feel like we have more self-inflicted wounds a lot of times than maybe the defense stopping us. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to work on the bye week, just trying to be consistent in what we're doing.
Coach Hill was featured in an article in the Tulsa World using the word impatient. It's hard to be patient, right, with the offense when the season's going and you're going through those growing pains. How are you trying to be patient, but yet at the same time you're impatient about it, I'm sure?
Well, I got a guy to my right here that's, always on it. And so just, it's a new group. I mean, a new staff, a bunch of new kids. We're all still kind of learning what everybody does well, doesn't do well. And so we're constantly going through the process of eliminating the things that we're not very good at and continuing to build on the things that we are good at. And so, but it is a process. And so it, sometimes it just doesn't happen as fast as we want it to, but we feel like we're making strides every week. And, again, I think the bye week came at a really good time. So we're able to kind of tweak some things and continue to get better. Like Coach Hill says, we just got to keep moving forward, and good things are going to happen as a football team.
The last 2 shows we had volleyball and softball on, and both of those 2 teams talked about how close the team is and the team chemistry. Coach Hill, for this football program, how are you seeing the team chemistry come along so far this season?
That's a great question. It's hard, and it gets more and more difficult in these days and times. And I'm not going to get into these settings and all this other stuff about how the world works these days, but it's tough to bring. Those are teams too, and there's a large amount of kids on the softball and the volleyball. But in football, we got 115 kids out there.
Sir.
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
Trying to bring it all together. But I have been very happy and do not see a lot of finger pointing and directional stuff and clicky, all the things that you probably use language that would say, hey, they're separated. One of the things you do is to conquer somebody, you separate, conquer. I think we're getting tighter and tighter week by week and game by game, and so that's much appreciative to the kids that are out here. Kudos to them, because that's a choice they got to make. And like I said, I think we're getting tighter and tighter all the time.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, talk about what this bye week means for you guys. I mean, coming into, like you said, that game against Mustang, obviously the game against Fayetteville. What does this bye week look like for this type of a program moving forward into the Owasso game for you guys?
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, I think one of the things, Coach Hill talked about was, it's a work week for us. So it was like, we're going to practice all 5 days. We're going to go out there with the opportunity to get better every day. And so, we sat there from the get-go, and Coach Hill's like, listen, I don't want to look at our next opponent. Like, I want the Broken Arrow Tigers to get better. And so that's what we did for a couple of days. And then now we've started kind of working in some opponent stuff. And so, again, it kind of goes back to, feeling a little bit behind offensively. So that kind of gave us a chance to make some corrections, make some tweaks to the offense, but it's been a week. Like, we've been going to work, and we've still got a few days here to get some more work in, and they're going to earn this weekend off. I promise you that.
Yes. And Coach Hill, one thing I want to talk to you about is one thing that we talk about at the 9th grade level, and I know Coach Barlow talks about the 8th grade level, the development of student athlete. What does that mean to you moving forward from 8th and 9th grade to the varsity level for the student athlete?
It's huge, Mo, and what we're trying to do. And you guys have done a great job simulating what we do. Mm-hmm. And I asked for that. I've been out and watched the games. I appreciate that, and you see that. So it's huge on what we're trying to get done. And the more developed those kids are with what we're trying to get done from a discipline standpoint, from an academic standpoint, what we do off the field, much less what we do on the field, just makes our job much easier. And again, for a young man, I got Compton sitting here from me, a sophomore, even though he wasn't with us, to see now he comes into our program ready to play, not just learning how to play. So it's such a bigger asset for us when we get kids like that that have been coached that way and function that way through the program.
Well, guys, we appreciate you coming up here and joining us on the set. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come right back here on Uncaged with a couple of the football players, so don't go anywhere. Hey, Tiger fans, this year Broken Arrow is going cashless for all home varsity games.
That means all tickets are sold through GoFan. No paper tickets needed.
Debit and credit cards are still accepted at the gate.
But we still encourage you to download the GoFan app.
Have your tickets on your phone before you arrive so you can get through the gates faster.
And don't worry, our BA ticketing team will activate your ticket at the gate.
This is the fast way to get in and skip the lines.
Remember to have your tickets ready on your phone.
Go cashless and see you at the game.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers. Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Start your day refreshed with a delicious breakfast sandwich deal from Quick Trip. Choose from classics like the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant, the ham, egg, and cheese biscuit, or the melty bacon, egg, and cheese grilled cheese. And get ready to really wake up because it comes with
any small Red Bull of your choice, all for $5. Woo! Let's go! That's any breakfast sandwich plus a Red Bull for just $5. Yeah! 2T, more than a gas station.
Well, welcome back live here to Uncaged at Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got two players joining us up here, Jeremiah Satimba, the quarterback there, and Samaj Stanford, a free safety and receiver. We're trying to go offense and defense here, but this guy's messing it up. Coach Mo Wallace down there on the end, co-hosting with me, and I'm Dylan Rivera. I want to ask you guys some fun questions first. We'll set the tone, right? Get some energy out of you guys. I love doing these ones when a big crowd shows up because it's a lot of fun, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to pick from your teammates here, all right? First question. Who's the funniest teammate? We'll start with Samaj.
I'll have to say BB.
BB,
yeah,
okay.
Brown.
I'm going to have to go with Josie.
Josie Sanders. All
that
right.
doesn't surprise me with Josie.
All right. Who's the fastest on the team?
I'm going to have to go myself.
Okay.
That's a tough one. I mean, you can throw me in there, Samaj, Peyton Lang, but I'll probably get a nod to Samaj probably.
Okay. Now, here's what's funny to me about that is in the preseason, I had talked to Zane Matthews-Boudreau. He said he was the fastest on the team, and he said he would race anybody who said otherwise. So now you got to set that up.
All right, I'll do
that. Next question. This one's a compliment to whoever you guys say. Who should the opponents fear? Who's the guy that when you walk out on the field, you're like, they should fear this guy?
I would say everybody, but in specific, that I feel like he's underrated. I'll say Peyton Lang.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely got to say Peyton. But, I mean, everybody that steps on the field for us really is a threat. Like, I feel like you can't just key on one person with us.
Who's like a mini coach on the field? Who's out there, like, basically directing traffic?
I would say Nate Jackson for the defense, 22, yeah.
I feel like for the offense, I feel like it had to be me. I feel like quarterback got to direct everything. But underrated, like I said, Peyton Lang definitely.
Okay. This one I like is if you were stuck on a deserted island, which teammate are you taking with you?
I'm taking Noah Gillespie.
Okay.
Yeah, by far.
Why? Why though?
Sure. I would just say, I don't know why, but I just know me and him got a lot in common. We ain't gonna argue out there, so yeah, that's why.
Okay.
I probably had to say Moody. You know, he got all the survival skills. He be hunting and stuff like that, so he'll probably keep me safe for sure.
Yeah. See, I would want somebody who's kind of scrappy like that, or somebody who knows what they're doing out there, that kind of thing. Help me get off the island. That's what I'm thinking about. Last question, and this one's more of just a general thing. What's your favorite moment from the season so far?
I would have to say when we played Fayetteville, the running back ran a wheel route, and I had hit him.
There's no surprise there that's his answer.
My favorite so far probably been throw versus Mustang, his touchdown.
Yeah, throwing it right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hitting him in the numbers. All right. Well, let's turn it over to you guys personally now. I want to ask you guys about your background in playing football. When did you start playing? Who got you into it? Talk to me about your football journey, Smudge.
So first, I started tackle football in first grade. I played up in second grade. My dad actually got me into it. Of course, he played under Coach Hill. So he always pushed me and my brothers to just play football. So it was just like we really had no option but to play football.
Yeah. Jeremiah, what about you?
I started in second grade, played up, of course, and it was definitely like my mom and my stepdad that got me into it.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about this season, you guys off to a good start, 2-1. Jeremiah, you've been here for a couple of years now, so you've seen what it looked like on the other side, starting out on a rough note. But as far as this season goes, how are you feeling? How confident are you in this group?
I'm very confident in this group. I feel like we definitely have a state championship team. I just feel like we can't get above ourselves, and we got to stay level-headed, especially with the success we're having this year.
That's one thing that we've talked about, in our AeroVision broadcasts, and of course with Coach Hill and everything, is learning how to win, but also learning how to lose too. But learning how to win, that's something that comes with time. How do you feel like you guys go about doing that? How do you learn how to win? How do you go through that process?
I think we definitely go through that process by not getting ahead of ourselves, not thinking about the big games we got, taking each opponent going every week 1-0, stuff like that.
Absolutely. This week's a big week, but it's not because of an opponent. It's because of the bye week. You guys get to put in a lot of work. And Coach Wilkinson just said normally Thursdays you guys are kind of cooling things down and slowing it down, but this week it's still staying high.
Yeah,
so
ramping it up for sure.
Yeah. So how are you guys going through this week? How are you approaching it? And what's this week been like for you, Samaj?
Sure. We're approaching this game week. Coach McKnight hit on it earlier this week. It's not a bye week. It's an improvement week. So as long as we get better this week, we improve, I feel like we're going to have a good shot next Friday. So we're just taking it day by day, step by step.
I want to talk about you guys' mentalities on the field a little bit. Obviously, Jeremiah, you talked about being a quarterback. You got to be a leader out there. You got to be able to know everything that's going on. But take me through, a snap, just being the quarterback of this team and what that's like for you.
Being a quarterback of this team, these guys out here, they make it so easy for me. But really just got to be cool, calm, and collected because everybody's going to have bad plays. We might have a bad drive. But just knowing we're going to go out there and execute to our best of our abilities, that's just what I'm thinking every time.
So not thinking too much about anything else, just trying to stay even keel, that kind of thing. Samaj, you're the back line of the defense, right? So the safety has to do a lot of the same thing and see what's going on and call out different things, movements, and whatever else. What's it like for you out on the field? What's your mentality like? What are you thinking through a play?
So I would say it's pretty easy, especially communicating with the DBs. I feel like we have an elite DB core. For me, is mentally, once I see hi-hat, it's pass, I know us as DB core, we got it boxed, so I don't feel like it's going to be a problem. Run, once I see low hat, just going down there fitting. Our linebackers and D-line do a great job of it, so it's really not too much stress on me. If I'm being real, it's real cool.
I'll turn it over to a guy who knows a little bit about DBs, Coach Mo.
What type of quarterback do you like to face week in and week out?
Sure. I would say a pocket QB.
A pocket QB?
Yeah, knowing if we can run, cover one, and if the QB, he ain't got no wheels, he ain't got nowhere to throw, he's going to throw it out of bounds. So a guy that doesn't have, like, the threat with legs, that kind of guy right there.
So you like a Peyton Manning type of guy? I mean, who's your favorite safety of all time? Who do you pattern your game after? I'm
going to say Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Where's Ed Reed fit in that?
Oh, yeah, he right there.
He's right there?
I would say Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Cam Chancellor, and probably Caleb Downs.
Okay. So as far as like offense and defense, what is your favorite part of the game? Like, I know you play offense, defense, and I know you're on special teams, but what is your favorite part of the game?
I would say the defensive end, just because on defensive end you can go score as well, and more importantly, I like to tackle, so I would probably say the defense.
Gotcha. Well, I think I know you like to tackle. You like to be that down safety. I know you like to be that down safety, watching film, and even watch you over the years coming up. You like to be that guy that likes to hit well. Well, Jeremiah, I'm gonna holler at you like this, like, out of all the quarterbacks that you've seen and try to pattern yourself after, who's that number one guy?
I think before, like a couple years ago, would have been like a Lamar Jackson, C.J. Stroud. But recently, I've been watching a lot of Cam Moore. I think me and him play like pocket passers that can use their legs when needed.
So you've developed your game over the years because you have compared yourself to those guys, Lamar Jackson, and obviously Lamar Jackson has done what he's had to do as far as develop his game. So what have you done over the last couple of years to elevate your game to be that Cam Moore type of guy?
Definitely just working day in and day out, like just giving it all I got, like knowing, like coming up my sophomore year, people didn't expect a lot from me, so I just knowing that I had to work to get to where I am today, so definitely stuff like that.
What does the playbook mean to you? I mean, I know that's one thing that, over the years, and I've known you for quite some time, that playbook, like what do you like to do as far as breaking the play down inside the playbook? Like, what is your favorite part of the playbook, or even talking to Coach Wilk?
My favorite part is definitely like knowing what's going to be open whenever a defense run a certain coverage. Yeah. Like if they're running cover 3, then I know this is going to be open. If they in man, we got a man beater. If they come in all blitz, we got a check down, we got a relief route, stuff like that. Just going through that with Coach Wilk definitely has helped me a lot.
Got you. So I got a question for you guys. I mean, y'all like playing video games, correct?
Yeah.
It's okay. Madden or college football?
College football.
Oh, yeah.
College football. Okay. Sure. Who's a dog on the team when it comes to college football?
Me. Simple.
I mean,
I got clips of me whooping Germ anytime we play.
So who do you use though? Who you play?
Anybody.
Anybody?
He's
anybody.
He was the most overpowered team in the game. He only uses
that's
LSU.
What people say when they lose.
He only uses
that's
LSU.
How you know I didn't whoop
he only uses LSU.
You opened up a can of worms.
I did. I was waiting for that. These two guys, I want to see them get down on it.
Yeah.
So,
well, Samaj, I want to ask you about going to college. You got offers from a lot of different schools. What's that been like for you going through that process?
It's been great. I'm blessed because, again, kids don't get to see that every day, but at the same time, it is a little overwhelming. But the process, I'll be narrowing down to my top 10, 12 by the end of this year, or end of this season, and I'll probably be committing, sometime this summer. So that's where I am right now.
Okay. And Jeremiah, I know you're trying to get to the next level as well. Senior year, got a lot to prove. I know that you told me before what your goals are.
Yeah.
You got high goals for yourself. What's that been like trying to reach those goals and then also trying to get the eyes of some scouts?
It's been a blessing. It's not as popping as Samaj, but I think definitely a blessing. A lot of coaches are looking at me. But, I mean, with the people around me, they just make it so much easier to get, all that attention. So,
yeah. Well, you guys are in the right place for it, too. Broken Arrow is a great place to be. Talk about the program and just being at Broken Arrow High School and being part of the football program. Jeremiah, you've been here for a couple of years, so I'll turn that to you. What's it like just being in this environment?
It's definitely a blessing. Coach Hill has definitely made it a blessing. I feel like this is the tightest we've ever been as a team, and I feel like that's what's really needed to win a state championship. And, I mean, people on the football team are looked up to at the high school, so just having that standard and being able to be the quarterback for the team is definitely a blessing.
How much do you guys try to be leaders in the classroom as well? Because that's something that I know Coach Hill preaches, is trying to make sure you take care of what goes on in the school as well as what goes on the football field. Is that right, Samaj?
Yes, sir. That's one of the most important things, again, because it's not just what you do on the field. You got to lead off and on. So if you're in class messing up, everybody gonna be like, all right, it's cool if I mess up because he messed up. So I take that with pride. My mom and dad harp on me a lot about that, so I take it with pride.
All good grades then, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming up here. And just a moment, we will have Caden Moody and John Broll II joining us up here on the set. Keep it right here on Uncaged. Hey Tiger fans, this year Broken Arrow is going cashless for all home varsity games.
That means all tickets are sold through GoFan. No paper tickets needed.
Debit and credit cards are still accepted at the gate.
But we still encourage you to download the GoFan app.
Have your tickets on your phone before you arrive so you can get through the gates faster.
And don't worry, our BA ticketing team will activate your ticket at the gate.
This is the fast way to get in and skip the lines.
Remember to have your tickets ready on your phone.
Go cashless and see you at the game.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Start your day refreshed with a delicious breakfast sandwich deal from Quick Trip. Choose from classics like the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant, the ham, egg, and cheese biscuit, or the melty bacon, egg, and cheese grilled cheese. And get ready to really wake up because it comes with
Any small Red Bull of your choice, all for $5. Woo! Let's go! That's any breakfast sandwich plus a Red Bull for just $5. Yeah! 2T, more than a gas station.
Welcome back here live to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's Uncaged. We got two more football players up here with myself, Dylan Rivera, and Coach Mo Wallace down there. It's Caden Moody, left tackle. John Burrell, the second, defensive end. So two guys who are down in the trenches. So with our fun questions, I'm going to adjust them a little bit. I want you guys to answer just about the trenches, the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman here, okay?
All right.
Who's the funniest between the offensive line and the defensive line? Caden?
Josie.
Josie. Okay, 2 votes, Josie. Who's the strongest on the offensive line and the defensive line?
It's Josie again.
I think there's an argument for Gabe Manning.
Okay.
Pound for pound, Gabe Manning probably.
Yep. All right. Who's the fastest if you had to put him in a foot race?
D-line? O-line?
Either one?
Me.
That's crazy. I could beat you in a race.
Are you saying yourself, John?
Yeah, I'll say myself instead of Moody saying himself.
Who's the guy that the opponent should fear? And you can't say yourself on this one. Who's the guy that the opponent should fear?
Devin Smith. He's a baller. He's a baller.
Josie. Definitely Josie.
Okay. Who's the coach on the field?
I would say myself. I get everybody lined up right, and I make sure everybody goes to the right man because sometimes we got a lot of young guys that play. So if they don't know where to go, I have to make sure it's literally my job to make sure they know where to go.
Makes sense.
It's everyone on the D-line. We all got to communicate across the board, so probably everyone on the D-line's a leader across the board.
This one you can answer the whole team. If you're on a deserted island, who are you taking with you? Who you hope is out there with you? Thinker on this one, right?
Yeah. John, you can answer first.
I'll probably have to throw Nate Jackson out there. I trust that guy a lot. I bet he could probably save me quite a bit. Same for me.
All right.
I think I would take JJ Bershears because me and him, I feel like when in sticky situations we mesh good together.
All right.
So, and yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say Bonnie and Clyde. That's a woman. So, favorite moment from this season?
As bitter as it is to say, probably the overtime game against Fayetteville, because I feel like after that game our team bonded so well, and I feel like I saw an instant connection between us that we needed that wasn't there before, and we went through a lot. We did a lot of winning in the off season and then week 1, and I feel like that loss really brought us together. It's weird. It's real. I didn't like losing at all. It sucked, but I feel like it brought us better.
Yeah, that's a good answer, John.
I think I'm with Moody on this one. I feel like the overtime game with Fayetteville for sure. I mean, playing on the D-line, I saw the touchdown go in from a side view. So I feel like seeing the guys, the way the leaders stepped up, seeing the way the guys reacting, where everybody was able to come together in one collective group and say, next week we're not losing, especially at home against Mustang. So I think it was a leadership attempt to bring everybody together and just everyone meshed.
Yeah. This is where I would normally ask the personal questions, but I feel like this is a good transition into these first 3 weeks. What have you guys learned about yourselves just personally from these first 3 games?
I would say there's always room for improvement. You can kind of get caught up in the lights when you go through some good things in life, when like recruiting and stuff like that. But there's always guys out there that can whoop you, and there's always guys that you can whoop on. So you got to make sure you're on your 10 toes all the time because you can't just be big. You got to know what you're doing at all times, and that's what I had to go into myself. I kind of went into game 1 cocky. And then I played well, but not to my standard. So I had to come into game 2 a lot more amped to go.
For sure.
I think learning to be consistent day in and day out with my own job, learning to do my own job to a perfect level, even though you can't be perfect, but you can at least do it great. Coach Whitaker has a saying like, you ain't got to be perfect, but at least be great.
Yeah.
So I think learning to do that on a consistent basis every day.
Well, let's talk about Coach Whitaker and let's talk about Coach Prentice Joseph on the defensive line, having those two guys come in and take over the D-line room. What's that been like, and how much are you learning from those two guys?
It's a lot. I mean, you kind of learn a lot from, especially Joseph being more of the DN coach. I work a lot more with him, while Josie works with a lot more with Coach Whitaker. But interior and exterior, it's been a lot of pass rush, a lot of run game, obviously. So you learn tricks here and there about it. So you learn a lot more than what last year.
Yeah. For Moody, learning under Levy Adcock now, what's that been like for you?
Man, he just brought a new element to our offensive line room. I think we were a pretty stout group last year. I think we did a lot of things well, but he just brought a different level of want to hurt people, which is what you have to do day in and day out on offensive line. I feel like he made us way more physical and determined, and we play a lot harder. Typically what we used to do is we go to the whistle, or not to the whistle. We would go, we'd get our assignment done, the ball would be gone, we'd be looking around. Now it's you can see us, we're blocking until the whistle, if not after, which is sometimes not good. But I mean, a split second after the whistle is good, because that's an extra effort play for us, and that helps our grade. And I really love him. He's really become a father figure to me, because he gives me a lot of tips on everything I can do in life.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. And I like that you guys seem like you're in unison, even though there's been so much change in and change out with the offensive line. There's a lot of rotating between the offensive linemen. What's that been like, having maybe a different guy next to you on one drive than on the next?
It's a comforting feeling, because it's a good problem to have depth. When we have the depth we had 7 guys that could just go at all times. We had a broken fibia here last game, so that feel bad for my guy Sam, because that's who I've been playing with for the longest now.
Yeah.
But I mean, Devin's going to come in. He's going to do his job. I mean, he's an OU offered freshman, so he's just as good as anything you're going to see. That's why I said you got to watch out for him. And we've been meshing good as a group, and I think that starts with our older guys helping our younger guys trickle in, and then Big Ish has done a really good job of his first few snaps and stuff like that. He's graded out perfect games. And as a center, being young, I mean, it's one of the harder positions to play mentally, and he's done a good job with it.
Yeah. John, talking about depth, I told Coach Mo down there in the preseason that one of the groups that I had circled was the defensive line. I thought you guys had so much depth and really so many different guys that you could play out there. I'd say it's the same thing on that side of the ball in the trenches, right?
It definitely 1,000% is. I mean, we got Eddie Dittis coming back for sure. We have another guy behind Eddie and me that can play, Hunter Enzo. I mean, and then interior, we just got a bunch of guys that can play all around. I mean, from Josie to Isaiah to Reed, and even some Jackson Ayers. We got a lot of guys interior that can play exterior positions as well, and a lot of guys that can play exterior can play interior. So it's all around great.
You have been here for a good stretch of time now with this football program.
Yeah.
So it's seen some changes in the coaching staff, and I don't want to keep going back to the coaching staff, but I mean, this is the 3rd year with a different defensive coordinator.
Yes.
How difficult has that been as a player to adjust to different schemes, or has it been pretty seamless at times?
It's seamless sometimes, but it's definitely a lot difficult, because at times you want to call something this way, but then you're like, oh wait, it's actually called this. So it's just some schemes you can mesh well together. Like Coach Mon 3 years ago, he ran a 4-3 defense, so kind of running that same, I understood it. So coming to this one, I had a good understanding, but definitely Holly threw in a full loop in that entire process for me.
Oh, yeah.
So
I would say, because I played a good amount of defense in my life, I would say our defense has come full circle. Because this is the best defensive staff we've put together overall from any other staff.
I feel like that deserves a round of applause.
That's a round of applause. They've got all of our guys ready to go. Yep. I mean, I think they've let up 14 is the max this week, this year, 14 points, and that's such an improvement, and it helps us win games. Because we got some kinks to work out, because offenses aren't going to be great early season. You get seasoned as you go, and they've really stepped up for us, and I appreciate them for that.
Okay, I'd like to ask you guys this question. I mean, obviously you both got called up as freshmen. So how have you both helped Isaiah, Joe, and even Devin on that advice that you give them as freshmen at the varsity level, on their preparation, on their game night, on what they need to do to be successful for the next 4 years?
don't overthink the situation. Just go out and do your job. I mean, they're there every day with us the same that we were our freshman year. I mean, I don't know about him, but I know for me, I was overthinking a lot, trying to just make the big play, prove who I am. But in reality, it's just going in and doing your job. You be much happier with just doing your job as opposed to making the big play every play.
I think one thing that's helped our culture is we don't treat them different.
Yes.
They're not different. They're part of the football team. They train with us every single day. They're not freshmen to us. They're Broken Arrow Tiger football players. So when we hold them to that high standard, it automatically just brings them along. So I think the biggest deal when I was a freshman, we were treated like freshmen.
Yes.
We were all types of Hayes. It doesn't matter. We don't treat them like freshmen. They're our brothers. I look at Devin, like I said, I talked about Devin a lot because I play with him.
Yeah.
He's just sometimes I forget he's 14 until he says some 14-year-old stuff.
Yes. So you talk about culture, Moody. Like, what has the culture done for you? Both. How's the culture flipped for both of you guys, and what does it mean that this culture is heading the way it is in the next few years?
I think it's at an all-time high. I think there's room for improvement. Like in every situation, there's always room for improvement. But we've came a long way. When I first got here, sometimes it was hard to come to practice.
Yeah.
You didn't want to come to practice, and now
it's fun.
That's the only place I want to be.
Yeah.
I look forward every day to going to football practice, and I think that's like I think our group as a whole has stepped up, the senior class, the 2026 class, because when we came in and we were put in a leadership council. And we were like, dude, we gotta get rid of this seniority stuff. It don't mean nothing. Just because I've been here longer than you don't mean nothing.
Yes.
Like you're an equal. I think treating everybody like equals has helped everybody out.
I think it's showed a lot more leadership opportunity. Like I feel like a lot of guys, like previously you've just had guys they were the designated leaders. But I feel like now you got a bunch of leaders on the field. Like you don't just have 3 guys on the field that can lead. You got like 11 that can lead everywhere across the board. So I think the culture is definitely way improved. Always got room for growth, as always. But it's led up for a lot more leadership opportunities from everybody. Even Isaiah sometimes can be a guy that just steps up better that day. So it leads up to a lot better leadership.
And I would say on that note, the emphasis on the grade sheet GPAs.
Yes,
that has helped us a lot.
Big time.
It's a big time help.
I mean,
and we don't the coaches don't play around about that.
Well, that's something that both of y'all know. That's something we've always put emphasis on at the freshman level. And to see that now implemented at the varsity level lets us know that hey, it means a lot to make sure that you take care of business in the classroom. If you take care of business in the classroom, you're going to be successful. Period.
Yes, sir.
Certainly excited to see how this season plays out for you guys. Thank you for joining us up here on the set. We'll go to one more commercial break. Come back. We'll have Nate Jackson and Tayshawn Jones-Wade coming up here on the Uncaged set. Hey Tiger fans, this year Broken Arrow is going cashless for all home varsity games.
That means all tickets are sold through GoFan. No paper tickets needed.
Debit and credit cards are still accepted at the gate.
But we still encourage you to download the GoFan app.
Have your tickets on your phone before you arrive so you can get through the gates faster.
And don't worry, our BA ticketing team will activate your ticket at the gate.
This is the fast way to get in and skip the lines.
Remember to have your tickets ready on your phone.
Go cashless and see you at the game.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers! Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Start your day refreshed with a delicious breakfast sandwich deal from Quick Trip. Choose from classics like the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant, the ham, egg, and cheese biscuit, or the melty bacon, egg, and cheese grilled cheese. And get ready to really wake up because it comes with
Any small Red Bull of your choice, all for $5. Woo! Let's go! That's any breakfast sandwich plus a Red Bull for just $5. Yeah! 2T, more than a gas station.
Welcome back here live to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's Uncaged. We've got the football team in the house. Tayshawn Jones-Wade, wide receiver next to me, and Nate Jackson, linebacker, number 22 down there. And Coach Mo Wallace on the end. I'm Dylan Rivera. We thank you for tuning in. We've been doing offense and defense, so I appreciate you guys coming up here and splitting the duties. First question has to be the fun ones. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
For me, I got to say Josie or Zane. I'm not going to lie.
I've heard a lot of votes for Josie tonight.
Yeah.
Josie's getting a lot of it.
I think Malik Ross.
Okay.
I'm with him all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, they did.
Who's the fastest guy on the team?
Samaj.
Samaj?
Yeah. I'm about to say the same thing, Samaj.
Okay, we've got to officially set up this foot race. I want to see it. Who's the strongest guy on the team?
Josie or Gabe. Okay. Gabe's been getting big, but it's been Josie for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be Josie.
Yeah.
He squats the most on our team, so.
All right. Besides yourselves, who's somebody that opponents should fear?
Peyton Lane. Peyton Lane. He's a big playmaker.
Yep.
Like y'all saw it on Harbor and them two real big plays that we needed to go win.
Mm-hmm.
He made them, and that's something you should fear. Something you should game plan for.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say Josie Sanders. He's always making ruckus down there, front seven. Everyone's got a game plan against him because you ain't running past him.
How much did Josie pay you to give every answer as Josie Sanders? Josie. Who's the coach on the field? Who's the guy who's just like the coaching staff out there?
For me, the receiver room, I'd say myself.
Okay.
Like just bringing up the room, especially as a leader who's been here for a long time and playing a lot of varsity football, just giving my experiences and just helping them out on the field, knowing where to line up, knowing what to do, and just making sure they're confident in what they're doing, especially on the field and everything.
Yeah. Nate?
I would say John Broll. He's always being that positive guy on the team, making sure everyone knows what they're doing, helps me call out the strength. So he's never in a bad attitude.
Love it. If you're on a deserted island, who are you taking with you?
Ooh.
Or who would you hope is out there with you?
Yeah, remember, you got to survive.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm thinking about who would help me survive, who would help me get off the island, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I say Reed Watkins.
Yeah,
Reed Watkins.
Big
Out there in the crowd.
Reed Watkins.
Boy, we be fishing. He can fish. He just look like he got survival skills. So you gotta take somebody with you.
I'm gonna say Eddie. Eddie, he's gonna bring the energy, have fun. We might not make it out, but he's gonna have fun.
I love it. Last question is your favorite moment so far this season, Tayshawn?
Probably getting back home for the first time after 2 weeks. I don't think I've ever played 2 away games to start off a season. So just getting back home and being able to enjoy the new entrance that we got through the student section and just the environment that we have. Especially coming back to that after 2 big games that we just played.
Yeah. Nate?
I would say my first home game. being the first year at BA, I thought it was really cool. It was loud, different environment, so it was a lot of fun being there.
A lot bigger stadium than
a lot
where you
bigger.
were before. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tayshawn, I want to ask you. Yes, yeah. Round of applause for the home fans. Tayshawn, I want to ask you about something that we noticed in the pregame. You were doing ASL down on the sidelines during the Star Spangled Banner. I think that deserves a round of applause, by the way. Been working in class, haven't you? And you got to show it off on Friday night. What was that like for you, that moment?
Well, it's been a process. They've been trying to get me to do it for the past 3 years. Just never really had the opportunity to go out and do it up until now. And just having all the experience I've had, having great teachers like Miss Khalees, just helping me out with everything, making sure I know what I'm doing, and I'm confident in it. It just helped me to go out there and be confident in what I'm doing when I do it.
Here's my follow-up to that. Are you more nervous for a football game or for doing ASL for the Star Spangled Banner?
Definitely the ASL. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I figured you'd say.
The way you were looking whenever he's going through everything, I was like, oh, I bet he's thinking, I better not mess up.
You look locked in. You
were locked in. You were locked in.
Well, so far this season, 2-1 start. You guys are off on the right foot. Nate, I want to ask you just how confident you are in this group, how you're feeling right now.
Oh, I'm very confident. I think getting that loss against Fayetteville taught us as a team a lot. It taught us how to fight, even in overtime. Getting a little penalty loses us the game, but it taught us a lot. I feel like all the practices, everyone's worked harder, realizing like, all right, we're not going to live up. We have to live up to hype because we lost that game, so now we have to show people who we are.
Defensively, for you guys to get off to a start of 14 points, 18 points, 14 points, you guys are hitting all the right notes then. So how are you feeling right now as a defensive unit?
Everyone on defense is very confident. I think everyone, it's like a puzzle. Everyone fell into what they were supposed to do. Everyone fits that puzzle piece. Our D-line, they're aggressive, fast, linebackers, moving Colton Barlow down the linebacker from safety. That's been a big help. And then having Samaj, BB, Gaston, and Noah back there give you all the confidence in the world.
Absolutely. Tayshawn, going up against those guys in practice, that's certainly got to help you get a little bit better, doesn't it? So talk about what it's like being on the opposite side of playing those guys.
Like I said, iron sharpens iron. Just having that's probably the best DB group that you'll see if the whole year. So, like, it just feels going into a game, it feels like you're going into practice, basically. Because you're going to see the best of the best at practice. Going against people in the game, they're not as good as what you see. It's easier to work techniques, stuff like that. It's just a great feeling to know that the people we have here, if you're dominating them or you're making plays against them, you're going to make big plays in the game.
Your senior year, how are you still trying to grow your game, make strides, and obviously try to catch the eyes of some scouts at the college level?
I say, especially like for the past 3 years, we've had my old coach, Coach Tracy, he's a big body dude, like just very one-on-one oriented, like go up and get it. But having our new coaches, Coach P-Mac, it just brought out a different type of side of me, like especially route running, technique, and everything like that. It's something I really needed to key in on, especially because I pride myself on my route running. So just him coming in, helping me learn new releases, new ways to get into routes and get out of them, it just helped me grow as an athlete and as a wide receiver.
Not just for you personally, but how much has Coach McJunkins helped the wide receiver room as a whole?
Boy, we improved so much. It's a real crazy thing to see. Like, seeing the improvement of Zane from last year, especially watching him grow, not only as a football player, but as a young kid and a young man. It's just great to see him always smiling at practices and him being confident in himself and his game. And like Coach Mo brought up a little bit ago, JoJo, him being so young, especially having Coach P-Mac here now, he's going to be able to grow with such a great coach and such a great technician. Is going to help his game so much.
Yeah. Nate, let's talk about the coaching staff on the defensive side. You've got a lot of voices in that linebacker room. How has that been for you, and how has that evolved your game?
It's helped a lot being a transfer from a small school. There might not still good coaching, but there might not be as good. Definitely having this coaching staff, Coach Hill being the mastermind on the defense, Coach Craver, Coach Higgs, like they've taught me so much. I can tell how much better I've gotten since I got here. And then also they've made every single person around me better, so it makes my job a little bit easier.
Does Coach Hill tell you how much he loves having a big linebacker? Because he
does.
tells me often how much he
does.
loves having a big linebacker.
He does. He'll let me know.
So, speaking defensively, though, and coming from your smaller school to here, what's that adjustment been like for you?
It was a lot from the beginning. I knew that coming into it. To a school at Metro, obviously, football is a lot different. I remember getting here in spring ball. First snap was against Bixby, so my eyes widened up, and I was like, all right, this is fast. So it took me a while, but once I got used to it, I was good.
Yeah. I've watched the tape, by the way. Did you know he used to play wide receiver?
What? For real?
Yeah.
What happened to your wide receiver days, Nate?
Those are long gone. I might have to focus on a little bit of tight end. Maybe talk to Coach Hill a little bit about that, Coach Woke. But yeah, I'm not a wide receiver anymore. I'm too heavy for
Get
that.
your little package going.
Coach Mo?
Hey, everybody that's been up here has talked about that Fayetteville game. One thing I want to ask you, Tayshawn, because you've been here for as long as you've been here for the 4 years, being called up as a freshman. You know, how does that Fayetteville loss compare to the losses in the past? Like, what is the confidence level of the program now compared to a loss like that in the past?
I'll say just taking the different pieces from each game. Like with the Fayetteville loss that we had, it was such a tight game, and with such a confident group of people, you don't take out all we lost from the game. You take out a lesson, and we use that lesson in practice to build and grow, especially going into playing Mustang that next week. You build and grow, and just take the next step and keep your head down and just keep working every time. I feel like in the past it was more, okay, we lost, what can we do to get better? But not in the same way that it is now. It's more, it's just more, like I said, iron sharpens iron. It's head on head every day. So it's just a really big get better or you out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Get better or get out.
Yeah, so it's so you also talk about Peyton. What I want to do is talk about you and how you, like you said, you developed your route running. Is that something that you felt that you were missing the last couple of years, or is that just something that has just developed that you've noticed you need to develop this year?
I feel like I've had it, but like most of the state knows I'm a bigger one-on-one threat, and I've never really prided myself on being a one-on-one threat. I've always liked to think of myself as a route runner and someone who can get into open space and just make it play.
Yeah.
So just being able to get out and finally be confident in my route running and be confident in the way I get in and out of my routes is a way bigger improvement. And now I can also pride myself on my one-on-one balls. So every time I go up to make a play, it's like, hey,
Yeah. So Nate, I'm gonna ask you this question. Like we did an interview with you in the spring, so I'm not gonna go that route. But who's a better lacrosse player, you, John Bro, or Hudson Locke?
Oh, that's me all day.
All day. Okay.
We're getting thumbs down from John.
Hey. I just wanted, because all three of you guys play lacrosse. What has lacrosse done for you on the football field?
Oh, it's so much. I mean, you can ask John. It teaches you mental toughness.
Yeah.
Hand-eye coordination a lot. And then I like to think about it, angles. When you're going to make a play, when you're going to make a tackle, you have to find the right angle. You have to go. With lacrosse, the same way. You're going to try to get the ball back. You have to get the right angle. So it's helped me mentally, physically, made me a lot faster, for sure.
Got you.
Well, I'm looking forward to this Owasso game that's upcoming, but we don't want to focus too much on that. We want to focus on the bye week that's going on this week, right? So how are you guys taking advantage of this week, not only to rest, but to get better, Tayshawn?
I just say attacking every day. Like Samaj brought up, Coach McKnight, he told us it's not just like another bye week where you're just going through the motions. It's an improvement week. It's a get better week. So especially taking in all the film that we have from the last few weeks, really breaking down what you're doing and figuring out, okay, I need to improve this. So you start working on that, especially in your groups as wide receivers or linebackers, just improving on what you need to do in your techniques and just getting better all in all in the weight room and on the field.
I like that you guys have brought up Yancey a couple of times tonight. I mean, Nate, I know you can attest to this. He's the real deal, isn't he?
He's definitely the real deal. Yeah.
What's he done for this team? I mean, just since you've been here, seeing growth of guys and how they work in the weight room, what's he done for this team?
Their mental toughness is gone. It's gotten so much better. he's gonna make you squat if you like it or not. I mean, in the summer, I mean, Monday you're back squatting, Tuesday you're front squatting, and you're doing some sort of squat every day. So, I mean, that mental toughness. No one likes to squat, so he's making sure we like to squat now.
Yeah. Well, talking about mental toughness, you got to have that on the football field as well to go along with the physical strength. So, how do you guys try to maintain a level head throughout the season, whether it goes up or down, Nate?
I think relying on each other, that's a big part. Obviously, I wasn't here, but they didn't have a great football season last year. And I think that knowing that they didn't do that and then seeing their attitude now, because Coach Hill, like, if you're going to have a bad attitude, he doesn't want you on his field. So, I mean, everyone's going to have a good attitude, lean on each other, and go win that next game.
Yeah. For you, Tayshawn, how are you finding confidence throughout this season? How are you, able to get yourself out there and feel like, okay, I'm ready to go make a play? Even if, sometimes in the case so far this season, we've seen your number get called, but we've also seen some times where other guys are rotated in with the depth that you guys have at wide receiver. So how are you staying confident, staying ready?
Just believing in the work I've put in all summer. Just the relationships and the work, like I've already said, the work you've put in this summer. It's just knowing that you're a dude still, and that you're still here to make plays, and maybe your number doesn't get called all the time, but when your number does get called, make the most of that opportunity and just grow. Especially with all the competition in there. When they first came in, it was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie, but knowing that you're still a star is something that really kept my head leveled and just let me put my head down and work as much as I did.
That's the right attitude to have. You guys are both studs, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes out the rest of this season. We thank you for tuning in here on Uncaged. Thanks, Tayshawn. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Coach Mo, for joining me up here today as well. I've been Dylan Rivera. Next week, we have the cross-country team in the house. You'll have to tune in for that. Until then, have a great evening, everybody.
Sure.